Hi, my name is Kendra Glenn, and I'm a student at Liberty University, and this is a project on interpersonal communication. It is important to recognize the importance of communicating, because even when we're not realizing it, we're always sending out messages to other people that can be construed or misconstrued, and so it's important to just develop techniques and skills to help with this communication process. Communication difficulties are prevalent. I myself have weaknesses and barriers that prohibit me and hinder me from making relationships and communicating with other people the way I feel I need to be and should be. Understanding communication will ultimately improve its quality and a person's quality of life. Communication is defined as the continuous, complex, collaborative process of verbal and nonverbal meaning making. And as I stated, we're always sending out messages, whether it be verbal or nonverbal. Just a blink of an eye or hand gestures can mean a lot to people. Interpersonal communication is defined as the type of communication that happens when people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the personal. And personal is described with 5 characteristics: uniqueness, responsiveness, reflectiveness, and trustability and measurability. And it's important to recognize what each of those mean, as it does play a role in how we are communicating with other people, and just talking and listening. Additionally, this project has shown me that barriers can be very detrimental and destructive for an individual, whether it be physical or mental. And so understanding ourselves will assist in implementing effective communication skills, whether it be our thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. It's important that we recognize that within ourselves to be able to improve and have conversation with other people. And it's necessary to be constantly developing our skills. It's not just a set of skills that you learn one time and are able to continue to use. We're constantly evolving and the world is changing. So just making sure that we're constantly improving our listening skills and applying positive communication techniques will help us to have positive communication with other people. So overall, my goal is to develop my communication skills and identify an identity in an effort to connect with those around me, especially my clients. These developments will allow me to build a deeper relationship with others to achieve our mutual goals. And so I am pursuing a career with dealing with juveniles. Right now, I work at the county youth shelter, so I'm constantly working with youth, and this is a diverse population for me because as I'm older than them, they have different ways of communicating and different styles, and just being able to adapt and understand what they're trying to tell me, so that we can come up with something to build upon that, so that they can heal and they can figure out a treatment plan that is best for them. My goal in general is just to improve my conversations and interactions with people, whether it be professional or personal, because I think overall it's important that we realize that no matter who we're communicating with, it's important that we're showing skills and showing a desire to understand them and build upon that, so that we can have more meaningful relationships. Without this communication, people may misconstrue it as you're not listening or you're not paying attention, you don't want to know about it. So just understanding where someone's coming from and taking that next step to show that is important for me, both professionally and personally. Building a rapport with individuals and achieving desired results is dependent on effective communication. So as I stated, without people believing that you want to understand what's going on with them, they won't they won't accept the relationship and respect the relationship as they would if you're showing communication skills that are important, that are positive and effective. I want to enhance my own conversation through using empathetic listening techniques and understanding my own identity, whether it be avowed or ascribed. It's necessary for me to understand where I stand in the world and how other people look at me, so that I can see where I'm failing as a listener and can improve upon those skills. So my behavioral blend, I was a competent influencing specialist, and so I was very passive. I was deemed very passive, warm, compassionate, and caring. But with this, it comes with some negatives. I can be construed as cold, and I don't look out for people who aren't in my inner circle, and I don't try to understand them, and I become complacent in relationships. But with it, it shows that I'm helpful, I'm diligent in my work, and I'm resourceful, and you can always come to me, and I'm very faithful. So this just shows that especially for people that I know and have already built a relationship with, it's easier for me to communicate with them. But being in the field that I'm in, it's important for me to be able to go to the youth shelter and talk with kids that I don't know and have them understand that I am willing and able to hear them out, and that I am listening to what they have to say. As a African American female, I'm 25. I'm a mother of one. I'm the youngest child. My communication style is very different. Like, I grew up with brothers, so just having to speak over them and like try to out-talk them, I kind of it takes away from me listening. So I'm trying to get my point across and not hearing what other people are saying. I'm judging before I know the whole situation. So just I've learned that that's one of my barriers, that I need to be able to listen to other people and hear their background rather than judge based on premature notions that I've set, and prematurely responding rather than listening to their full story. Diversity, as I said, my cultural blend said that I'm not very well. I don't speak with others very well outside of my inner circle. I'm very shy, reserved. So I need to improve on this relationship with other people that I do not know. Self-disclosure is another barrier that I face. I'm not very open with individuals that I do not know. So just taking the time to get to know other people and allowing them to get to know me. And in that process, I feel like I'll get to know myself as well better, because everybody has different characteristics that come out. And so just getting to know other people, they may tell me things about myself that I had no idea, or I didn't really know about until they told me. Being warm is another barrier that I face. I'm constantly expressing warmth is important for others, but it can can hinder that if I'm not being genuine, or I don't allow them to fully express themselves, and I'm just not listening properly. So I can build upon this by getting, as I said, gaining a better understanding of my own identity. So it's important for me to know myself, be able to work with others. So that just means working out my inner demons and tensions that I've had in past and present relationships, and understanding where I stand in these. I can be open to more individuals rather than my own circle. So just conveying my warmth through empathetic listening, just letting them know that I hear them, I understand, I'm putting myself in their situation, and speaking up for myself during confrontational situations. My action plan is to get to know myself first, and then be able to get to know others. So it's a process. You can't really get to know others without knowing yourself first. So just knowing who I am and being confident in who I am will allow me to reach out and communicate with others and be open with them so they can get to know me, and we'll build a truthful and straightforward relationship. I'll be able to respect them and they'll be able to respect me. Ultimately, my goal is to communicate better with others. I will go through the techniques that I have set forth through this presentation in order to build these relationships and listen better and put myself in other situations, so that I can help them to heal and help them to move forward. I would like to be able to talk to more diverse people, groups of people, rather than just individuals that I know, so I can understand them better, and that'll even help me help others in the future. In conclusion, Ephesians 4:29 was the quote that I chose, and or not quote, scripture that I chose, and it's let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up, as fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. And this was important for me because it's not just about talking. Like, you're saying things and communicating things, and it's having effects on other people. So just recognizing that and recognizing how powerful your word of mouth is and your tongue is when you are communicating is important for me, just because you never know who you're impacting with your words. And thank you.